Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to read the next chapter of Ash Ketchum, Pokémon Detective. Chapter 2, Hoot Hoot. A dark figure stepped into the clearing. It was a boy with wavy brown hair and a smug grin on his face. Ash recognized him. It was Gary, another Pokémon trainer, Ash's greatest rival. Gary walked up to the flying-type Pokémon and patted it on the head. Well done, Hoot Hoot, Gary said. Ash rubbed his eyes. Am I seeing things? He asked. Those faces in the trees were an illusion, Gary said. But I'm real. And as usual, I'm way ahead of you, Ash. Ash groaned. That was Gary, all right. He thought he was so much better than Ash. But what was Gary doing here? And what was the deal with that Hoot Hoot anyway? Ash took out his Pokédex Dexter. His handheld computer stored information about all kinds of Pokemon. Hoot Hoot, the owl Pokemon, Dexter said. It always stands on one leg and can see clearly through even the darkest night. You'll never get through this forest without a Hoot Hoot, Gary said. What do you mean? Ash asked. Without a Hoot Hoot, you'll get lost, Gary said. You should have known that. But of course you didn't. That's what makes me a winner and you a loser. Ash felt a familiar anger rise up in him. We'll see who does better in the Johto League. In the league, Ash and Gary will compete against other Pokemon trainers to see who is best. Gary sneered. You have to get there first. Come on, Hoot Hoot. Gary and the Hoot Hoot disappeared down one of the trails. All we need to do is find a Hoot Hoot to lead us out, Ash said. Misty rolled her eyes. That's not going to be easy to do in the middle of this dark forest, she said. Ash wasn't ready to give up. I'll catch one. You'll see. An hour later, they were still lost in the woods. There was no sign of a Hoot Hoot anywhere. Hoot Hoot, where are you? Ash called for what seemed like the millionth time. Misty followed behind him. We're never going to get out of this forest, she complained. Ash sighed. He brushed a strand of dark hair away from his face. The only reason he was traveling through the strange forest was so he could compete against other trainers in the Johto League and earn badges. It was the only way to become a Pokemon Master. But now they were lost. Maybe Gary was right. Ash would never even get to the Johto League. Hoot! Ash spun around. Did you hear something? He asked. Hoot Hoot! I did it! Ash cried. I found a Hoot Hoot! Misty looked down at her feet. The Hoot Hoot looked at Misty adoringly as it nuzzled against her sneakers. It looks like this Hoot Hoot found me, Misty corrected Ash. We'll see about that, Ash said. Come here, Hoot Hoot. Hoot Hoot hopped toward Ash on one foot. It hopped onto Ash's head. Then it started to peck at Ash's skull with its beak. No, Ash cried. Cut it out. The Hoot Hoot jumped down and hopped along the trail. Let's follow it, said Misty. Ash took off after the Hoot Hoot, rubbing his sore head as he ran. The path grew wider and wider. Up ahead, Ash saw a stone archway. The Hoot Hoot ran right through it. Ash and the others kept up with the Hoot Hoot. The flying-type Pokemon stopped at a large stone pillar carved with an image of a Hoot Hoot. This place is even creepier than the forest, Misty said, shivering. Who are you calling creepy? A shrill voice asked. A short old woman stepped out from behind the pillar. She wore a green skirt, a pink shirt, and a necklace made of chunky blue beads. Deep wrinkles creased her round face. It's another illusion, Ash yelled. Pikachu, use Thundershock. Pika? Pikachu didn't sound so sure. The old woman walked up to Ash and pulled his ear. Oh, Ash cried for the second time that night. I'm no illusion, young man, she said. My name is Hagatha. If you want to get out of this forest, you had better follow me. Ash looked at Brock and Misty. They shrugged. They followed Hagatha and the Hoot Hoot to a small wooden cabin. They sat down to talk. Hagatha closed one eye and studied Ash's face. So you're lost, are you? She finally asked. We were lost, Ash said. Then we found this Hoot Hoot. It's going to lead us out of the forest. Hagatha's mouth cracked into a smile. Then she began to laugh. This Hoot Hoot? she said. You're new to these parts, aren't you? Ash frowned. We are lost, Misty interrupted. Can you help us? I rent Hoot Hoot to travelers who pass this way, Hagatha explained. Hoot Hoot have the power to see through the illusions in the forest. They can get you safely through to the other side. So this is where Gary got his Hoot Hoot, Ash thought. Perfect, Misty said. Can we rent one from you? Hagatha shook her head. That's what I was trying to tell your friend. This Hoot Hoot here is the only one I have left. It's never made it safely through the forest yet. You're welcome to stay here with me tonight. The other Hoot Hoot guides will return in the morning. Sounds good to me, Misty said, yawning. No, Ash said, jumping up. Gary will be way ahead of us by then. Can't we just take this Hoot Hoot? I'm a great trainer. I can handle it. Ash held out a hand to the Hoot Hoot. The Pokemon ignored him. It hopped onto Misty's lap. It gazed adoringly into her blue eyes. It nuzzled against her orange hair. Hagatha smiled. I forgot to mention that this Hoot Hoot has another weakness, she said. A weakness for pretty girls. Hoot, Hoot Hoot huddled up to Misty. Pretty girls? Ash asked. Where? Hey, Misty protested. Ash ignored her. What do you say, Hagatha? Ash asked. Can we take it? Hagatha shrugged. It doesn't look like I can stop you. I have one question, Brock said, about the illusions in the forest. Do you know what causes them? Hagatha's blue eyes twinkled. That, my friends, is something of a mystery. A mystery? Cool, Ash said. We're great at solving mysteries. We'll see, Hagatha said. Good luck. Ash and the others left the small cabin. Hoot Hoot stood at Misty's feet. All right, Hoot Hoot, Ash said. Lead the way. Hoot Hoot didn't budge. It looked up at Misty. Come on, Hoot Hoot, Misty said in a sweet voice. You'll help us, won't you? Hoot Hoot. Pokemon began to hop back down the trail. Ash's spirits lifted as they traveled deeper and deeper into the woods. They'd catch up to Gary in no time. Suddenly, Hoot Hoot stopped. It flapped its wings frantically, then turned around and looked at them. What's the matter, Hoot Hoot? Misty asked. Hoot Hoot started to shiver and shake. Ash thought the Pokemon looked terrified. Hoot Hoot, what is it? Ash asked. The next instant, many glowing balls of light appeared in the air. Balls were about the size of baseballs and seemed to be surrounded by an eerie blue glass. Ash, watch out! Brock cried. One of the balls of light swirled through the air, aiming right for Ash's head.